There we go. Welcome, welcome. How's everyone doing? Hope you're all doing fantastic. I'm doing okay. Thanks for asking. I appreciate you asking. I know you're always asking. But yeah, how you been? It's been a while. It's been a while. The vocal ticks are back, baby. That's how you know we are in full swing with the DXBL. We're back and better than ever, or at least as good as we were. Maybe not better than ever. I'm realizing I drank my whole ass drink before the stream started, so I'm gonna have to go get another one at one point. The Dapper Frog, I saw the Dapper Frog. I'm still not gonna play Monster Farm Line because I value my sanity. How am I? I'm good. I'm good. I have almost nothing to do for work for an entire month. The last I would say 6 weeks, I've been like kind of insane, especially last week. Last week, we were doing a bunch of graduation ceremonies. I was doing sound and video and shit for that. Super boring, but basically it's me. I come in early morning on a Monday. I set everything up, and then I work from like the 6 a.m. I show up until 8 p.m. at night. We do like 3 commencements back to back. And then I go get home at like 10 o'clock. I go to bed. I wake up at 6 to be at work in the next morning. We do 3 back to back, but it's already set up from the day before. So I'm just playing like, Pokemon Pocket or whatever all day. But it's unfortunate because it's like, there's no downtime. I have to be there. I have to be like, in case anything happens, I need to be like present. And so that was every day this week, Monday to Friday. I would wake up at 6 o'clock. I would get home by like 9:30, 10. I would shower and go to sleep, and then I would wake up for 6 o'clock. And so it was just every single day. Didn't get to work on any video stuff. Didn't get to do any streaming. Real unfortunate. Very, very good for my bank account. Very good for my bank account. Especially considering, like I said, July, mostly just weekends. I'm working Saturday, Sundays. Mostly a couple of Fridays here and there, but it's gonna give me lots of time to do more video stuff. Gonna give me lots of time to do more boxing, training in the gym. It's gonna give me lots of time to learn more game dev stuff. So I am welcoming this month off. We have Rancher Rundown, new Rancher Rundown coming out on Wednesday. It's not tomorrow, but the day after. I originally wanted to have it done today, but I was just like, I was at home after a long ass day of being at work and doing what I could. Like, I wrote the entire script at work. I did a bunch of the doodles at work, but like I couldn't do any video editing, obviously. And so I was just kind of like, I'm gonna get home, I'm gonna work on this, and it didn't happen. I was way too tired. It's just, it's rough. So I didn't get it done the way I wanted to, and it's kind of funny because a lot of the video, because it's on Bclon, we're talking about the last week of June, and I was originally gonna have it out the last week of June because that's when worm cocoons, and it makes perfect sense. But now it's gonna be out the first week of July. We'll just, that's technically the first week that you get to use Bclon is the first week of July after cocoons. So, well, no, that's not true at all. Whatever, it doesn't matter. None of this matters. Like Carl said. But I will have time to get not only this one done, which will be happening in a couple of days. We're going to get a bunch of other videos done. The Block, Rock, and Beak VOD from last year is good to go. A bunch of the old tournament VODs from Monday Monster Madness that we ran last year are good to go. So that's going to be drip-fed over the next couple of months. More Nuzlocke stuff once a week as per usual. We're getting close to the end on it, so there's not a whole lot of episodes left. And then, yeah, we'll have another Rancher Rundown out before the end of July. So lots of fun stuff. I have not had time to shave. I did have time to shave today, but basically I woke up, I went to the gym, and then I went for quite a long time. I had an hour of training, and then I did an hour of, cardio and weights afterwards. And then I had a big sandwich, and I went to bed. I took a nap, and I woke up like 3 hours later. I was like, all right, well, I'm going to go play with the dog for a little bit. And so there was no shaving. But tomorrow I got time to shave. So I'll look a little bit more kempt on stream tomorrow. I think that's the thing I'm most excited about, though, is being able to stream more than like 4 times a month. Because that's basically what we did last month. We're going to be doing today, tomorrow. And then Wednesday I have sparring. But hopefully we can do Thursdays as well. We can do 3 streams a week. I'm trying not to overload myself and like overpromise because, you know, that's the worst when you're like, I got all this time to do everything, and then it turns out you don't actually have all that time to do everything. Hey, Brandon, thank you. But yeah, we're gonna get started here. We have the second round of the DXBL. This is lightweight number 4, technically. We've had 3 lightweight tournaments, but this is the second time we see any of these monsters from the before times fight. So I'm pretty excited for that. Stuff creeps up on you. It does be creeping up on you. It is a thing, it does. You got Juggernaut on the back burner, that'll help. Sick. Not sure if they'll make a new Monster Rancher game that's not Ultraman. Not that Ultraman Kaiju was bad. Other Monster Rancher games similar to add the line mons and ones from 3 and 4. I don't think it's going to happen, but it's fine. It is what it is. What position are these monsters fighting from? So there's a mix. There's some monsters that are already boosted up to the next rank. There's some that are not. This reminds me, I should probably just post the... This is going to be available in the Discord as well, but I went and I got everything all set up standings-wise. Okay, share. Anyone with the link can view. Copy link. Done. There we go. That's a big link, whatever. It's fine. Now you can click that shit. See where we're at. It's like, this is just something I threw together last night after work. So it's not pretty yet, but it is all set up. It's pretty simple, very self-explanatory. I can show it on stream. One sec. So basically, there's just lightweight, middleweight, heavyweight, and then that's the scores and the rankings. And so we have these monsters who won their last set. We got a bunch of monsters here that can get promoted, can get relegated, but they're technically unranked still. And then we got monsters who have lost everything. And, you know, it's unfortunate, but it happens. Somebody's got to lose. Doesn't mean they're bad. So, yeah, that's it. Take a look at that, see where everybody's at. And, yeah, we're going to get into it. It probably helps if I have the game open, though. And I don't have the game open yet. First time in a while you've been able to watch the stream live because you're on vacation? Well, welcome. Do you want to remake your Centaur no matter where it places and finish the Hound Dragon this month too? That's cool. Yeah, after the second round, we're going to have a break week and I'm going to explain like what's going on with the changes to the rules and all that fun stuff, and then we'll get back into it. Because there will be the ability for new people to enter, there'll be the ability for people to replace monsters. There will be catch-up rules in place where like monsters that have done like exceedingly poorly or whatever can like get extra points if they beat a monster that's like way higher than them, you know, stuff like that. It's gonna be a lot less. The first 2 rounds are like very regimented and like these are the rules, nothing crazy is happening. And then once we're done with the nothing crazy is happening, something crazy's got to happen. So that's where we're at. Do you ever get submitted fan art of myself? I have once or twice. Thank you for the $5 dues. Very kind of you. But I've never drawn myself. No, not since I was like 3 or 4 years old. Doodling. Okay, I've lost track of where all my things are. I got too many windows open. I got too much shit on me. Anyway, you guys already know. Exclamation mark bracket, see where bracket's at. If you're on YouTube, I guess, here, give me 1 second. I'll add it to the description. Gotta open up YouTube. We don't have 40 full monsters fighting because now I know like exactly how many we got and everything's cool. So it'll be a little bit less crazy. It'll probably be 30 something every week. Last Nuzlocke video doing pretty okay. It was doing really bad at first. I don't know why. Also, the Kamui video with like 4,000 views for just like a random hour-long video. It's like, it's pretty solid. I think it's really good. Like, it's a very good throw on in the background type of video. There's a lot of good banter and stuff. It's more of like a podcast than anything else. Okay, let me edit this real quick. Okay, so if you're on YouTube, you can refresh and the description will change to have the challenge link now. There, all done. I don't want to be here anymore. I don't want to be around anymore. Alright, first off, we got 34 monsters fighting tonight. And it is seeded, so the strongest monsters will be fighting the weakest monsters first. So there's upset potential here. We got WrackieChun and Fulgur up first. WrackieChun being, I'm pretty sure, is that the one that's just Sussy Germa build? Exactly identical? I think it is. Oh, it helps if I spell it right. Hey Fenric, how are you doing? Really? You made this, I made this moment? I mean, there's only so many builds. It is what it is. Okay. Prediction is live. I'm gonna go get another beer. I'll be back. It's barely a beer. It's 2%. Uno momento. Alright, we're back, baby. I don't like how they changed the prediction fonts. Dude, I just saw that. I was going to say the same thing. Why does it look so weird? Why is it so skinny? What the fuck, man? We are creatures of habit. And small changes are not taken upon kindly here. I don't like it. I don't like it. Went on a diet, negative. Yeah. Eating disorder numbers, that's crazy. All right. What do we got on the bets? 73% on WrackieChun. WrackieChun is definitely the favorite in this. This is an insanely powerful build. We'll see what they can do at all. Doesn't mean it's guaranteed to win. He's just got a pretty good shot. Spin kick, not gonna be enough. He's got anger. Thunderbolt, 19%. I mean, it would have killed. It's 19% though. All right. Got him. Game 1, we already got some shit happening. I love this game, man. Game number 2. Here we go. He's got the spirit and the KO. I'm so excited to be streaming like 3 nights a week again. The problem is going to become, what do I stream? Okay, kick him right in the balls. Tomorrow, we might try that game I was playing on stream the other day. Was it Astra Bestiary? Game is pretty cool. I got some ideas for like Monster Hunter challenges and stuff. Oh, we got him. Yeah, he was winning on HP anyway, but... Anyway, game 3. Comes down to this. Not enough. Not enough. Alright, you're in trouble, brother. Oh my god, that was a crit. Weapon throw him, big miss. Again. He's got dash slash. Beat his ass. Oh my god, our first match of the night. Holy. Started playing Matt Hoffman? I need competition. Dude, this was like happened a while ago, but somebody uploaded a video and they're like, hey, I beat your time by like 20 minutes and the run is only like an hour long. And I'm like, yeah, that makes sense. I assumed it could be beaten in about 40 minutes. And so I was watching his run and I'm like, oh, this is sick. But I actually did the first couple of levels a lot faster. He had some interesting ideas, but my first couple levels were a lot faster, and it's just he made up time at the end of the game. But my problem was that I was not able to tell what he was doing because the game was playing one frame every like 8 seconds. Like the video he uploaded. Like I don't think he cheated, but there was something wrong happened in the encoding. And it was just like the picture like bike, then he's up in the air, and then he's on the ground, and then he's on a rail, and then the level's over. It's just like like completely impossible to tell what's happening. And even when he uploaded it, he was like, look, I understand this is like probably not acceptable. Just let me know. I'll try to re-record it. So I felt bad for him because it's like he did like destroy my time. And that's the shit I want to see because I literally set the time and I'm like, I'm not going to spend any time working on this until someone beats it. And so when I saw someone beat it, I was like, hell yeah, time to get back in the saddle. And then I can't accept that, unfortunately. Okay, prediction is live. Also, I haven't checked that speedrun.com in a while. I wonder if I have any messages. I got 2 messages. Okay. Oh, somebody got... Oh, hold on one sec. I'm wondering when we start and stop the timer. Hold on one sec. Let me get a prediction live. Oh, prediction is live. 100% on thumb. I'm wondering when we start and stop the timer. This was a day ago. Okay, so I was like, maybe I missed this from like a month ago, but no, this was yesterday. Levels. Does the start timer start on the first in-game frame, not the menu of the amateur challenges, and end upon completing the last pro objective? Probably required to either master level via restart or all pro challenges in the video, but they shouldn't be part of a time segment. I strongly suggest stopping the timer when the post-boss scene cutscene begins. I've tested extensively and don't believe there's any way to interact with the cutscene. He's correct about that. This is something I thought about as well. Hold on one sec. We're gonna respond to this guy real quick. I'd have to play again to see exactly what you mean for the first one, but I think I agree if I'm reading it correctly. For the second point, I agree 100%. I was just... There was no precedent beforehand, so we just stopped when the game over screen popped up. Can you access predictions on YouTube? No, you can't. Timer started on the first in-game frame. Stop eating shrimp with the wimps on YouTube and come eat lobster with the mobsters on Twitch. We got some NL posting in chat. Anyway. Thumb. Everybody likes Thumb. Everybody bet on Thumb. That's cool. I'm just happy more people are playing the game. One day ago. It's so funny that I just randomly checked. Because, like, I didn't get a notification for it or anything. Alright. Thumb wins game 1. The damn giant wheel miss and the giant whip miss. Alright, that's the first attack that's landed. An idea for lightweight mochi, just thrust and press line. That's kind of what you're seeing here. Damn, thrust does big damage when it crits and you have a guts lead. Thrust hits hard when you don't got a mochi in your ear telling you it's nasty. You like seafood anyway? Damn. What was the other one? The other one he said when he's like waiting in line at Disneyland? He's like, I'd rather wait with the greats than skip with the dips. That one's pretty good. Alright. Oh, hold on. Let me update this. Fulgur wins. Thumb wins. Thanks, Macombo and Anaphylaxis. You're playing auto chess, gotta watch the stream in 160p. Dude, I cannot believe how bad it is again. There was like 2 patches where, you know, it ran pretty well. Oh, there's no N. And then this new patch is like, it's brutal. How's the tourney going? It's good. We're only 3 matches in. Somebody messaged me on speedrun.com looking for some clarity on the rules of the Matt Hoffman 2 speedrun. So we stopped the stream to answer him because we felt like that was very pressing. Okay, prediction is live. I'm just happy to see more people playing it. I need someone to like beat my times so I can be like, all right, let's go. Let's see, what's my time on this? Okay, so he beat my time at like 1.5 minutes, which is like completely understandable because it was not good. I do think my first level is really, really strong, and then after that everything else is like kind of dog ass, but you know, I didn't have anything to compare it to. Not for Tony Hawk Remasters, Matt Hoffman's where it's at. Dude, those games are not good. As much as I love Matt Hoffman 2, it's like barely functional. Also, like, nobody's betting today. It's so funny. Do you want to just do no bets and just power through? Matt Hoffman's Pro BMX 2 is like a barely functional game. It's a lot of fun. I enjoy it despite the fact that it sucks, but like it is so janky. You get like caught on the geometry so easily. There's rails that you can't hit with certain grinds because your bike will just like explode. You'll like immediately bail out no matter what. Dropped input crashes and much more, yeah. I think it's just an issue on emulator because I've never had it on the console. But there's this one rail that you need to grind in the Los Angeles level. It's like an awning. And sometimes on emulator, that entire like piece is just uninteractable. Like you just like go right through it. So when I was doing the speedrun, I was like it's like the last level. You get up to it and you're like, please God, just fucking work. Please work or else the run is dead. And there's nothing you can do about it. New mystery discs? It's the old mystery discs. Everything's the same. It's just there in case you want to do it, but there's no system attached to it anymore. Thanks, Macombo. Did do the thing. Next up, Dragging It Out and Nero. Hey, Freeman. Thanks, doggo. Never got any before? Ah, I gotcha. Yeah, so they're back in Pog form, but there's no prize for collecting them all. You just keep track of that shit yourself now. Okay, I kind of don't know whose monster is whose now. Well, Nero is Tenta's. Is that right? Okay, yeah, that was right. Macho Man. Okay. Prediction is live. Who do you guys like? I'm fine not doing predictions if you guys like aren't too worried about it. I know people like betting, but I feel like it's kind of fallen off a little bit. It's not as novel anymore, right? So people are just kind of like, whatever. I'm here to hang out. I personally like the betting. Okay, this one had big bets. Holy shit. 86% on Dragging It Out. It's better when you got some skin in the game? Oh, definitely. The wing combo miss. The flutters miss. Mamma mia. Mamma mia. Rush slash miss. He's in a good spot. Misses the wing combo again. Might lose on Gats. Dragging It Out needs to swing. From the tangles of my heart is crushed by a former love. It goes for another one. He lands it. 5 seconds left on the clock. Nero's got the rush slash hurry. It's not come out on top though. Dragging It Out lands one attack and it's all you need. One hit is all it takes. Falling in love with me, something, something. I haven't listened to a lot of like I wouldn't say it's all big beat, but like big beat adjacent bands lately, especially for like working out and stuff. And it's some of those songs are so funny, man. Like the ones that like made it big, like the Groove Armada shit and like Apollo 440 and stuff. That shit's so silly. I'm a fan though. Nero gonna win game number 2 with that little kick. Yeah, it's your guy. Ooh, rush slash. What do we got? Another one. Dragging It Out, chilling. Flutters. Big. Oh, big damage. Pardon my French. Gros damage. I don't even know how you would say it. Probably that. Okay, one sec. Dragging It Out wins that one. 2-1. A lot of 2-1s today. Conchita and Chill Jill. My favorite Quentin Tarantino movie. Okay, prediction is live. Sniper makes it so easy to get death thrust by combining, yeah. Lots of the same build tonight. I mean, that's just the format. Tanks are really good in this. Also, the last two monsters we saw were like completely unique. So, you know, off to a good start regardless. Guy still got it. He's still dragging it out, baby. 70% on Conchita. You get snowstormed. Snowstorm, pretty good opener when your opponent cannot dodge. The boomerang. So the roll assault, it wasn't enough. Wasn't a damage roll either. 1-2 straight on the power, not enough. Both monsters can attack. Who swings first? The boomerang is gonna do it. Oh, you get to see his little toe beans. Game number 2, here we go. Another snowstorm opener. You're really like hoping for a crit on it because it is pretty expensive. It's nice to do the damage off the rip, but it's not like the opponent can't get back into it. It doesn't wither enough. Ooh, 80 on Ice Wave. Uno mas. He hits it. Chill Jill gonna take game number 2. He got bananed. Got hit with the banana hammer. Okay. Put his tender heart in a blender. Just spin around to a beautiful oblivion. Rendezvous and I'm through with you posting. Summerlashes and NotAtomo up next. Eve 6 might be like the most consistently like their music, like the production on their music is like unbelievably good. Like it's kind of crazy how perfect like all of the songs sound, even if they're not like, you know, artistically or whatever, like the best songs I've ever heard. Like the actual production is like unbelievable. And not the EMF song. That shit's also unbelievable. Did you guys have the Crumbelievable commercial in the States? Because I think it was a craft product thing. It was like a bagged cheese crumbles thing, and they took that Your Unbelievable song and made it Your Crumbelievable. And my friends would just say that shit all the time. Be like, dude, that shit's crumbelievable. And it always made me laugh. 86% on Summerlash. Seen a lot of 86%. I've been thinking a lot about like old commercials and stuff today because there was discourse around Legend of Dragoon on Blue Sky because somebody had posted this video that's like the best hidden gem RPG nobody's ever heard of on the PS1, and it's like the game sold like 1.5 million copies. Like, you know, it's clickbait. It is what it is. It gets people to click on the video, I guess. But oh, it's not enough. But there was like discourse around it, right? And so someone posted the Legend of Dragoon TV ad, which is like just nothing but like FMV footage from the game, and then it has the protagonist and the main antagonist having a sword fight, like made for the commercial. Holy moly! And one chops off the other's head, and he gets like mad. He's like, they stop rolling, and you see like the boom might come into frame, and he's like complaining to the director that he cut off his head. He's like, oh, what a wimp. And I just like viscerally remember that commercial playing when I was a kid. Also, Summerlash is not going down. That's crazy. Dragoon kind of aged badly. I wouldn't say it aged badly. I don't know what you would even say aged badly about it, if I'm being honest. It's not like a Legend of Legaia, which aged super badly. IMO. We got more disc rolling. What do we got this time? Oh my god, he got the Mondo Rare. Mamma mia, that's a 3% chance. Agrius and You're a Towel up next. On your second roll, you're flying, man. Did I spell anything wrong? I did not. You're a Tau. Well, all right. We'll come back to it later, but it's possible it's just not uploaded. In which case, you know, it is what it is. No skip leg day and Clank Norris. There's only so much I can do in terms of babying people to make sure their monsters are uploaded. It's not the end of the world. This isn't the most important thing that's ever happened in the history of mankind. If you don't want to bother getting your monster uploaded, that's fine. It's not a big deal. But also, we can't give you a win for it. It's just a taste issue because Legaia was a big thing for me. I think Legaia suffers from a... And this is the thing people say about Dragoon that I just fundamentally disagree with. So it might be... you and I gonna fundamentally disagree with this as well. Prediction is live, by the way. But Legaia has a battle system that is very, very cool when it is brand new, when it is completely novel, and then after you play the game for like an hour, you're like, I don't really give a shit about this anymore. An hour is like, you know, exaggerating because there's like 30 minutes of dialogue in the first hour of the game. But I feel like the battle system is like an interesting idea that becomes very stale very quickly. Whereas I love the shit out of rhythm games. So, you know, give me that shit start to finish. Love it. 70% on Clank Norris. Here we go. Also, I know everybody just loves the games they grew up with, and it's going to be like burned into your psyche. It's the reason people like cartoons that sucked ass, and they're like, people are like super fond of like Ben 10 or whatever. And they're like, how come you don't like Ben 10? And it's like, because I was like 15 years old when it came out. Like, I can't imagine giving a shit about it. But it's like foundational for a lot of people. I went and played Legend Dragoon again last year, and it was sick as hell. I loved every minute of it. Jerry. Really want a new Lost Kingdoms game? Seeing FromSoft is popping off. Yeah, I mean, I don't know if Koei Tecmo is popping off, but I don't think we're getting a new Monster Rancher game. Sometimes that magic never runs out for a player. That's true. Undiagnosed, but what could it be type vibes, but I get what you're saying. Didn't grow up with Monster Rancher, you can discover it in your 30s and still think it's rad as hell. Is that true? You didn't... Hold on, is that 2-0 for Clank Norris, or did the Gaboo win the first one? Or was that only one game? 2-0 Clank, okay. Okay, so I was correct. Every combat system gimmick is not created equal under turn-based rule. Okay, so it's true. For everybody who's like unaware of what's going on here, Legend of Dragoon has a rhythm game attack mechanic where it's like a reticle like shrinks down to the size of like the square, and you have to time your attacks to hit the square, and your guy does a little animation, and like it lines up with the animation, and it's kind of a novel way to like do your combos and stuff. Legaia is like you can press up, down, left, or right, and they're like magic spells kind of. And there's different combinations of like, if like up, up, down, left is like a specific attack, and like down, down, left, right is like another attack. And you learn some of them through the story, but a lot of it is just learned through like experimentation. And so you get into fights where you're like, well, I could just do the thing I already know how to do, or I can experiment with a new combo I've never tried before, and maybe it'll unlock a new attack that I can just use forever. Because if you do a combo that isn't like a pre-existing like magic spell or whatever in the game, it's like a really low damage attack, so you're like kind of gambling, and so you use it that to try and so you use the like the stuff you're not aware of, like I don't know if this is going to be a big combo or a big magic spell or whatever, so I am comfortable using it against random enemies, but I'm not comfortable using it against the boss because I might need to like actually like min-max my damage against the boss. So it's like kind of fascinating that way, and then it gets really really old like really quickly, even though it seems like it would be pretty solid for quite a while. It's interesting. It's not like it's a bad system, but I just really prefer the rhythm mechanic. Someone who grew up loving both the Gaia and Dragoon end up replaying Dragoon once every couple years, replaying it now. I think it's just really good. Also, it has like unbelievably bad voice acting, which is sick as hell. Also, we have a mock fight. I mean, we would have a mock fight if Freya uploaded her monster. Oh well. Oh well. Looks like we're not getting a mock fight. Try dodging and good luck, have fun. Robbed of a brother fight? Hey, don't blame me. There's a part near the end of Legend Dragoon where one of the guys is like dying, or he's like under like extreme stress. He's like putting all of his like force into something, and the voice acting is like and it's like the worst line reading I've ever heard. Like, I don't know if they like explain what emotion he was supposed to be conveying, but I don't know, it sounded like a spooky ghoul, like an old man trying to like scare someone on Halloween or some shit. I don't know. Prediction is live. Is that 2 DQs tonight already? Yeah. I knew this was gonna happen though. It's just like people, when their monster doesn't do well, they kind of like check out and they're not as interested in making sure they're uploaded. And it's fine. It is what it is. It's not the end of the world. But that is going to allow us to, you know, go forward and have some more monsters that people are able to like swap out if they want. It doesn't really matter. Though I do want to encourage people to keep monsters in that have been here since the beginning. And the mid-season point will allow you to like take advantage of that. If you have a monster who's gone 0-3, and then, you know, the second week he didn't do too well, but you're like, fuck it, we're keeping him in, we ball. Maybe his wins count for more. That's all I'm gonna say. Okay, everybody's liking good luck, have fun on this. 66% with 4 skill is so funny, man. Lavitz. Yeah, poor Lavitz. Expedition 33 returns to turn-based. It invites to return to Gimmick Wars if we get more turn-based AAA games. All of my friends are talking about how much they love the game, and it doesn't look bad. It obviously looks very good, and like lots of people seem to be enjoying it. I kind of don't like the aesthetic of it though, and can't really describe why I don't like it, but as much as people don't want to admit that it's the case, aesthetic really changes how much you're willing to like try a game. It could be the greatest game in the world, but if you don't vibe with the way it looks, like, you're probably not ever going to play it. And I'm not even saying it's bad. I'm just saying I don't think it's for me. Because it's French? We're not going to get into the minutia of the French versus Quebec. Like France versus Quebec, Parisian French versus Joual, but maybe there's something there. I don't know. Since you're not really playing the game right now, I just have these guys uploaded, so mine should always be good. That's kind of mine, too. Also, good luck, have fun, myrtleize them. Holy moly. Okay, Fushiki and Alice. But yeah, the discourse around this is a hidden gem that nobody's ever heard of was like pretty interesting because, one, it's clickbait. And before like you get into anything else, clickbait, I'm fine with clickbait. I think it's obnoxious, but also it's what you got to do. Don't hate the player, hate the game type shit. Pick a top tier and all of that. But if your title is so obnoxious and like sounds so wrong that people think this dude cannot possibly know what he's talking about, That's just, you got to eat that. If you want, that's the double-edged sword of clickbait, right? Is like you're trying to attract people, and if you make a claim that is like so bizarre and like so heavy-handed that it turns people off, that's part of it, right? You're gonna get some viewers who are like, oh, I want to learn about this game that literally no one has ever heard of, and you're gonna get a ton of people who are like, this guy probably is stupid. And whether it's true or not, you just have to eat it. It's part of the game, right? But there were so many people who were like, actually, this game is 20 years old and it only sold 1.5 million copies. So like it's unrealistic for you to expect to know that about this game. Like, how would anybody ever find out about this game? And it's like, motherfucker, you know what other game only sold 1.5 million copies? Mega Man 2. That's a lot of fucking games in the 90s. 1.5 million copies in 1999 is like 10 million copies today. People know about Monster Rancher 2. You know how many copies Monster Rancher 2 sold? 200,000. This shit sold nothing. But people know about Monster Rancher 2. Enough for there to be a remake of it. It's just like, this is absolutely my old man yelling at Cloud moment, because I was like this as a kid too. And now that I'm older, I'm like, okay, it's obnoxious. But when I was a kid, I was like, fuck you, old man. The whole concept of like, you weren't there for the zeitgeist, so you don't really know anything about it, and like condescending to people who lived through it, being like, actually, you don't know what you're talking about. These numbers aren't very big at all, and like there's no way anyone cared about this. Also, I'm 22 years old. Is like, I was absolutely that guy, so I get it. But now I'm an old man, so I'm like, fuck these kids, man. Why are you condescending to me about some shit you didn't ever experience? Like, what the hell are you talking about? James Pond and Jacobert. Hey, B.E. Simp. Bees Simp. This man loves bees. Thank you. Welcome, welcome. Appreciate you following. Or subbing, at least. I don't even know if you followed. The rare sub without a follow. James Pond and Jacobert. Anyway, that's my little rant. What I'm getting at is, there is a whole contingent of younger YouTubers who will post stuff from like the 90s and 2000s and just be like, here's this thing nobody's ever heard of, and it's crazy because like nobody knows anything about it, and it's like an unbelievably popular X, Y, or Z. And it feels a lot like if I was a caveman brought back to like current day, and I'm listening to some paleontologist or like anthropologist talk about what my cave drawings meant, and it's like, you don't know, you weren't there. Don't tell me what they are. Don't tell me you fucking discovered them, Christopher Columbus. Prediction is live. I'm just on one right now because I got in a discussion on, it wasn't an argument, we disagreed, but you know, it was amicable, about quality of life changes and like in remasters and things like that. And the person I was talking to, I had said that I think taking grinding out of games, where grinding is like part of the game's like core personality, doesn't make the game better. It just makes it faster to complete, so you can get on to the next game, which is like that's kind of an ahistorical way to play that game, right? 60% on James Pond. It's just like, you can like dislike grinding, but this person was talking about how grinding is really bad and how this game is wasting their time and this and that. And it's like, how can a game waste your time? You can just not play the game. Like, it's not like a thing you gotta clock in at the game playing factory to like get through. Also, power wave riding is insane. But the example they brought up was getting Ultima in, like, the spell Ultima in Final Fantasy II, and how it was just a huge time sink that was, quote, made to pad out the runtime of the game, which in like 1992, not even like 1989, was not something they like really gave a shit about to that extent, right? And 2, Ultima is an optional, it's the strongest spell in the game, and it requires you to go way, way, way out of your way to get it. It's not required to beat the game, it's not necessary to beat the game, even by this person I was talking to, their own admission, they never even used it in the final battle. And so they're like, I spent hours grinding this out at like 8 times speed, and like if I hadn't done that, it would have taken me days and weeks to make it happen, and like this is just completely unacceptable. And I had to be like, this is not the intended way to play the game. This is extra content that was added for people who, you know, it was the only fucking game they had at the time. It's like they're going to spend all their time playing this game anyway, so they would do a little bit of grinding on it here and there. And again, you don't need to do it. It's an extra challenge. They never realized the spell was useless. Yeah, it's not even good. But it is like, you know, the ultimate spell. It is like made for people who want to like super complete the game, to go out of their way and get it. And it's part of like, it's part of the personality of it. It's supposed to be really hard to learn because it is like the ultimate magic in universe of the entire Final Fantasy universe. It shouldn't be something that's just handed to you, right? And so it's not a question of disability, or it's not a question of availability, or what's the word I'm looking for? Accessibility. It's just, it's a friction that the game throws at you, and it's like, look, if you want to do this, you can do it, but it'll cost you. And I think there's something poetic about that, and it makes the games better when things like that exist. And so I brought up, I'm like, look, like, you can't really use this, like, random spell that is, like, completely unnecessary to play the game as an example of the game wasting your time. You're wasting your own time because you can't stop yourself from, like, not 100%ing it. That's, like, a personal failing, right? I wasn't this, like, obtuse with them about it. I was just, like, it's not part of the game, really. It's just something extra they threw in. But then they were like, okay, well, what about all the RPGs where you would get to a point and then you're 20 levels under leveled, and you have to spend 5 hours grinding just to get up to snuff? And I had to be like, I don't, like, at this point, I don't know what this conversation is about, because what are you talking about? I can't think of a single game where that's the case, where you get gatekept by something that requires 5 hours of grinding, going out of your way to, like, fight random battles for 5 hours to, like, catch up to where you're supposed to be. I've never had that happen in any game in my life. And they're like, it happened all the time in old Pokemon games. And I'm like, again, don't cite the old magics, Witch. I was there when that shit was written. What the fuck are you talking about? It was like, Yu-Gi-Oh! Forbidden Memory is the only example, and I brought it up. That game is fucking dog ass with how it treats its players. It's not friction. It is, like, actively antagonistic. It is less of a video game and more of, like, a torture simulator. That shit sucks ass. But the Pokemon thing killed me. They're like, yeah, in Pokemon 2, the level scaling is, like, so bad that you end up being super underleveled for all of the game and this and that. And I just had to be like, I really wanted to be like, cool opinion. Did a YouTuber give it to you? Because this is not something born out of, like, actually playing the game. I went and did the game out of order when I was playing through it at work the other day. I went and did the first 4 gyms, and then I went and did the 7th gym because it lets you do that, and I think it's funny. And I beat the 7th gym with a bunch of Pokemon that were, like, level 25. Like, if you're getting stuck on that, I don't like being this guy, but it is literally just a skill issue. Like, you are just literally really bad at the game. I don't know what to tell you. It's a game made for, like, toddlers to be able to beat. And they're like, no, Pokemon is infamous for that. Old Pokemon games were infamous for having a really bad level curve where you had to grind. And I just had to be like, again, you must not have been there, because Pokemon was absolutely baby's first RPG. It was, like, made fun of for how easy it was. I've never grinded Pokemon in my life. It's completely unnecessary. But like, this is what I'm talking about, though. It's just people who weren't there being condescending about something they have no knowledge of. And then when you're like, that's just like simply not the case. Like, I was there, and they're like, well, it's my opinion. And it's like, okay, whatever. Whatever, man. Only ever had that happen in Kingdom Hearts, but with me fighting Sephiroth in the Coliseum, which is an optional fight. Yeah, okay, but like, isn't the Sephiroth fight like, it's okay if you lose it? It's been so long since I played it. There's Pokemon Yellow with Brock. Brother, they gave Nidoran double kick, yeah. You can catch Mankey before Brock. You can catch Mankey early in Pokemon Yellow. I should probably type more than just doctor. Doctor farts. Him being a dentist is like the off-putting part about this. Okay, prediction is live. Gen 2 had the opposite problem. 7th Gym Leader had level 29 Pokemon. Yeah, so it's a level 29. It's a level 31 Piloswine, level 29 Dugong, level 27 Dugong, or something like that. Like, I couldn't believe it. They're like, yeah, like, the level curve's really fucked up. It's like, brother, fucking Lance has level 44 Pokemon. Like, it's the easiest Elite Four in, like, the series. It's entirely optional. You don't need to fight them. And if you have good skills and gear, you can choose to fight. Fair. Yeah, Price has Dugong. Okay, 100% on 1000 Sunny. Anyway, it's just... getting old is being frustrated at young people, I guess. I'm sorry. I'm sorry to 35-year-olds when I was talking to them when I was 20. Like, I knew what the fuck I was talking about. We call him Dr. Worm. He's not a real doctor, but he is a real worm. And he loves those drums, man. Nobody share this with. It's just open extended Art Sephiroth MTG card. Hell yeah. The Sephiroth one is the one where it's like everything gets like -2/-2 or something when it enters. And then Eris is like a 2/2. Oh, that was only one game. But 1000 Sunny wins that. Seal Dugong Piloswine. So I will be completely honest. My team was very underleveled for it, but it's because, you know, I had literally fought the 4th Gym Leader and then I went and did it. So I was going to be underleveled. But my team was, I had like Spikes and Toxic and stuff and Protect. And so I just cheesed out the fight. It was pretty funny. Okay. Here we go. You got the one that transforms into Ageless Sephiroth? Oh, cool. I don't know anything about MTG, really. I played it in, like, the early 2000s for a couple of years. And then never again. The double, a big boy, whack. He's gonna win it. 1000 Sunny wins that after a very funny round 1 loss. Cynical Optics and Uni up next. Need Infinite Frog Token combo with Quina, the FF MTG set. You're happy? Hell yeah. The Sonic cards are so funny to me. We were talking about this in the Discord the other day, but they made Sonic Blue Mana, even though it's like, does not make sense for Sonic to have like blue devotion at all. He's like the most anti-blue character in like history. But he is blue, so they had to make him blue. Sonic is just blue, yeah. Okay, prediction is live. Play the hot new expansion Mirrodin. Hell yeah. But yeah, we were talking about it and we're like, oh, there's a Echidna now. We need to make an Echidna tribal deck. There's only one Echidna card in the entire game, and it's Knuckles. And he doesn't chuckle or have any friends, apparently. 86% on Cynical Optics. Here we go. The lightning. Anyway, Legend Dragoon is a good-ass game. It's fine if people don't know what it is. And it's fine if you make clickbait titles. You just don't get to be angry if somebody's like, this clickbait title makes it sound like you don't know what the fuck you're talking about. Because, you know, that's kind of the bit. You're being hyperbolic, and, you know, sometimes people are going to look at that and be like, this guy seems stupid. And it's like one thing if you are the person who made that headline and you're like, oh, why is everyone being mean to me? But if you're like just a third party and you're like, this guy seems stupid because this clickbait is insane, you don't get to be like, it's just clickbait. Dumb millennials, it's just clickbait. It's like, yeah, it is, exactly. And I'm allowed to say it's like, I'm not going to watch the video for the same reason that you are going to watch the video. And that's fine. Chaskar made that title if they like trains or not. I don't even remember the name of the person who made it. It's like completely immaterial to me. I'm gonna guess the video is not very good. That's not fair for me to say, but you know, that is the risk you make when you run that type of headline. But at the same time, I don't wish them any ill will or anything. You know, making videos is hard. Getting people to watch your videos is even harder. I should know. It's tough. Maybe he was rage baiting for clicks. Maybe. But there was a lot of people defending him earnestly, saying that it was stupid to think that a video game that had sold 1.5 million copies in 1999 was something anyone would know anything about. Like, there's no way a game that sold that little would have any cultural cachet. And it's like, I don't think the game has any cultural cachet, but like, it was a big deal at the time when it came out. Hairball. Does the channel community painstakingly. You want OnlyFans modes, we'd support you. I appreciate that. That's really funny, and I'm going to call your bluff on that, because it doesn't even take OnlyFans. It takes me playing anything that's not Monster Rancher for my viewership to fucking crater. Alright, prediction is live. If I'm playing anything that's not Monster Rancher, like, nobody gives a shit. It's fine, man. It's okay. I don't blame anyone for it. I'm... like, by no means am I like, oh, how dare these people, they're ungrateful or whatever. There's people like that, and I don't get it. And it's like, if they don't want to watch the video, they don't want to watch the video. It's okay. Pokemon game look fun? Yeah, I mean, and that's the thing is, I already have, like, a small audience of, like, dedicated people who watch that. It's just over a long period of time you need to cultivate that. It's not really enough to do it every now and then. It is what it is, you know? It's not a real big deal. Seen double here, 4 Suezos. I saw the meme of guy incognito, except it was legs with a mustache, and he's like, I'm seeing double here. This man's my exact quadruple. Oh man, classic Simpsons is so good. Apparently they killed Marge in like the last episode that came out 2 weeks ago. I haven't seen it yet, but apparently Marge dies. they're greenlit to season 40, so we'll get at least like 5 more seasons of The Simpsons. Oh man. Okay, Siren won both those games. You can't just drop a Marge to death like that. She'll crump with you in heaven, sweetie. Is that a 2-0? I think that's a 2-0. You're a fan but lurking heavy? Lurking is totally fine. I've kind of fallen off of Pokemon Auto Chess a little bit because they changed how the ELO system works. And like I don't really care too much about my rank, but it's really demoralizing when you get like 1 point for getting second place and you lose like 12 points for getting fourth and like 25 points for getting eighth, and you win like maybe 5 points max for like getting first. Like I don't know, understand. It's like so hard to climb now if you're not like god level at the game, and I am not. I'm not that good. So it's just like a hedonic treadmill that's like whatever the opposite of a hedonic treadmill is. Like if I lose, I die in real life. So yeah, I'm not too stressed about my score, but you know, it does mean I don't ever get to play against anyone better. Azorius and Bold Blizz up next. Arena and Power World? Oh, yeah, because they have the PvP now. What's up with the Terraria thing going on with it? I haven't played since, like, the first iteration of the game. Is Bold Blizz not uploaded either? Bold and Brash, we've seen that before. Belongs in the trash. I also haven't watched a lot of SpongeBob. I was a little too old for that. It's not even that I was too old for it. I didn't have satellite at the time. And I never had cable growing up, so. Alright, so that's going to be it. You're a Towel. It's -1. Unpopular. It's -1. And Bold Blizz. It's -1. There's a chance that some of these guys got to fight each other, and if they do, it's gonna be weird. Okay, Unpopular has to fight No Skip. Okay, so at least for 2 rounds, they don't have to fight each other. Let me write this down. So No Skip Leg Day gets a bye. You're a Towel goes here. NotAtomo gets a bye. And Chill Jill gets a bye. Lucky fellas. Okay. Second round. Thumb and James Pond up next. What? What did I do? I think Thumb is the only one he lost to last time. Oh, and they got to fight again? Mamma mia. Yeah, so a lot of these monsters, like, it's possible they fought before. Prediction is live. But most of the monsters have, like, I had to swap it around a little bit, so it wasn't all the same matches as last time. Sounds like I need a Poké Chess montage. The thing is, like, uploading a VOD, even if it's, like, doesn't require any editing, is, like, a time commitment. And if I don't think anyone's going to watch it, not only does it, like, make the channel a little bit worse because it's harder to navigate, it's also, like, I'm actively losing money by doing it. I'm already very close to actively losing money every time I put up any video. So I definitely don't want to do it for something that's going to get, like, 150 views. Also, I'm not, like, a big enough streamer where it's just, like, a fun variety thing. There's going to be, like, so much backseating in the comments, and I truly do not give a shit what anyone cares about my play. So I feel like that's just going to be, like, obnoxious to deal with. I already have to deal with that on stream all the time. Someone will say something, it's like, why didn't you do this? And it's like, I don't know, because I didn't think about it. They're like, well, next time think about it. And it's like, next time shut the fuck up. Like, why are you being so weird about it? Who cares? It's a video game. Sometimes people play games just for the fun of it. It's a foreign concept to a lot of people, but you know, you don't have to just like stand around getting mad at video games when things don't go your way. You can also just play them for fun. Also, doing thumb things. Thanks, Macombo and 1000 Sunny. There's a level of masochism you cannot indulge in. I think if you're bigger, it's like, obviously you get more, like, a bigger conglomerate of, like, unhinged weirdos. But it's also easier because they're drowned out by people who are just, like, chilling and having a good time. Okay, prediction is live. Who do you guys like? I'm having a good time too. We're just chilling. We're close to about halfway through this tournament. A nice shorter stream. Oh, look at that. Look at the sweat. It's not even that hot in here. What am I doing? I guess it is hot. But I don't have any sweat on this side. And I got the fan right here. So I gotta like do half my stream facing the other way, I guess. 80 Celsius over there? I mean, 80 Celsius, I would actually be like straight up dead. What is it today? Let me take a look. Temperature. 22 degrees Celsius, Toronto right now. Yeah, it's warm, especially considering it's like nighttime and the sun's down. ADC is like within a foot of a volcano temperatures. I don't know. Though that's a little insane. Like 100 is water begins to boil, right? So maybe. It depends on how on what's going on the volcano. Damn, giant blow, big damage. Didn't kill though. No guts for you. Look at that. Into the blizzard? That was actually crazy. Played the control game. Same type of people who claim that if you didn't finish Elden Ring with strength, dex, bleed build, you didn't actually finish the game. There's so many people who are just like weird about video games. And as much as it's like, you know, it's kind of... Oh, that's a really bad miss. As much as it's like weird to like pathologize people over something that doesn't matter, you really do get the vibe after dealing with them that it's because they use video games as a proxy for like being good at things that matter. They're like, well, if I accomplish this, then, you know, like that means I did something worthwhile with my time. And therefore, you have to do it the same way as me, or else my accomplishment is more important. Damn, the Blaze Wall. 1000 Sunny, gonna take that, but very close. Thanks, Macombo, indeed. Dragging it out in Cynical Optics up next. Wanted the monster from the video to win? That's not the monster from the video. Mine is Special K. Dragonito. Like, video games are like the easiest thing you can do to get a dopamine hit outside of like just freebasing. So like it makes sense that people are like really attached to it. The thing that always gets me about video games is when people are like elitist. This happens so much in like fighting games specifically. When people are elitist about like the games they play, and prediction is live, and it's like, oh, you play that one? Like, it happens with like Smash Bros and stuff. Not so much anymore, but like there was a time where like Melee players were like really, really obnoxious to anyone who wasn't playing Melee. And it's like, brother, why are you like trying to like bully me for playing a game that you don't play? Like, Do you want a medal for being bad at the game you play? You put like 1,000 hours a week into this game and you're still sucking shit? Like, why? Why do you have a sense of like self-righteousness about this? Like, I'm sorry that you spent so much of your life playing this thing that you like are completely non-competent in, but I'm non-competent in the games I play too, but like I'm not being a weirdo about it. Overwatch players, I can't imagine playing Overwatch and like feeling good about yourself in general. Like that's got to be like complete projection at that point. Most video games are made to be one completed, right? But that's where it ends. It's not made to be one completed in a specific way, and that has like any sort of like social value attached to it for the most part. Saying this isn't the hill you want to die on? No. But at least they're dead. Blizz makes a decent product. I didn't realize we were in the year fucking 2002. Nash, wake up! Lord of Destruction just dropped. Oh my god. Let's go to EB Games. Or heard some wild stuff in the chat. I believe it. I'm not talking about people being toxic specifically. Like, that's just people are shitty in general. I'm talking about people being shitty because you play a different game than them. Because they view the game they play as, like, more worthy or something. I don't really know how to describe it. It's, like, completely embarrassing to, like, even have knowledge of this. Conchita and Siren up next. It happens a lot with fighting games, though, and people will be, like, posting stream charts or Steam charts, sorry, of like, oh, look at this, like, your game's dead, nobody's playing this game, and it's like, okay, right, but I'm having fun playing my dead game, and you're mad on the internet, so you really got me there, brother. Oh man, how am I ever gonna survive? Okay, I gotta look. Who's Sirens? Zaffs. Moshwazos. Okay, prediction is live. Metal Raiders packs are like $3. Send me that shit. I want to get so many Launcher Spiders. Launcher Spider is probably the coolest card that is like unbelievably bad. The art on that shit is so sick. It might be like my favorite Yu-Gi-Oh card of all time. I remember, I think in my very first Metal Raiders pack, I got Launcher Spider, and I was like, this is so cool, man. As someone that plays fighting games, I'm good enough to do the best thing in the world. Humble people that talk too much trash. Going to a tournament, nobody, as a nobody, and cleaning someone's clock in person is a golden feeling. You're 100% correct. Level 7, that could work. I mean, I don't know. I don't know anything about current Yu-Gi-Oh meta, but it was very bad on launch, and I can't imagine it's much better now, even with all the ostensible support. Yeah, being able to like beat someone in a video game, and like specifically fighting games after they've like been talking shit, is real funny. It really only happened to me once, but I remember someone tagged me in a Facebook group because this guy was like, hey, anyone want to play Smash? It was still on the 3DS at the time. Smash 4, but the 3DS version. He's like, hey, anyone want to play with me? I'm the best Bowser Jr. in Ontario. And it was just some random guy, and a million people tagged me, and like, I don't know, I think I was at that point the best Bowser Jr. at the time. Also, that's 1-1, I'm pretty sure, in Ontario. But I was like, all right, let's do a set. And there was just a lot of like, no, wait, like, who cares, man? I'm the best. I'm going to beat your ass. And then, like, just going over and over and over, like, back and forth about it. And I was like, can we just play? What's going on? And then I beat him like 10-0. And then he's like, wow, you're really good. Thanks for the games. And like, I was like, okay. I'm not gonna, like, I don't care, man. But it was funny. Okay. Summerlashes and Azorius. Metal Raiders brought us Hane Hane? Yeah, it did. We didn't play with, like, flip effects properly when I was a kid. It was assumed because, you know, we were young and kind of stupid. It wasn't until I watched a friend play in a tournament that I realized we had been playing wrong. But we were under the assumption that if you flipped a card, you could flip it into face-up defense position, like, of your own volition, which is not how that mechanic works or has ever worked. So stuff like Man-Eater Bug and, like, Hane Hane was always strong, but it's, like, much stronger now. We're just, like, unbelievably powerful because it's, like, there's no risk. There's absolutely no downside to using them. All right, 75% on Summerlashes. So some of your copies of Man-Eater Bug, Morphin Jar, Hane Hane. I have a copy of Nobleman Eater Bug, which is a funny card. It's a 5-star card that destroys 2 monsters on the field. Which is, like, really not good. But for tribute, at least. Flip effect rules got changed a lot, too. Yeah, I wouldn't know. I played a little bit of Duel Links. Actually, I played quite a bit of Duel Links, but it's been years. Like, I played when it first came out, and then I stopped for like 3 or 4 years, and then I played for like another year when what do you call it? When Vampires and Dragoonities came out, and then I stopped playing for like another 3 years or 2 years or whatever, and then I started playing again when Mech Knights came out. And then I haven't played since then. Mech Knights is like maybe the fastest I've ever climbed to like the biggest, like the highest rank in any game ever. When they dropped, I think I made it to Master of Games in like 2.5 hours. Vampires came out with Dragoonities Wave 1? No, they did not. That was like 4 years into the game. Okay, Agrius and Fulgur up next. The first wave of Duel Links was like Red Eyes Black Dragon was like, it was like Red Eyes Black Dragon, White Eye or Blue Eyes decks, and Dark Magician decks were like the only thing you could really play, and Red Eyes was like by far the strongest. Yeah, I'm not talking about when they introduced Synchro. Okay, prediction is live. Though, they might have actually come out in the first Synchro set. Because I think that's what made me start playing again, was I was like, I've never actually played with Synchro cards. Let me check this out. Mace Windu's lightsaber. He's got the purple. Pendulums? What's that? That was kind of me, but like not really. I think Pendulums came out when I was in like grade 11 or something, so I like wasn't playing the game at all at that point. It's funny how they made Pendulums like completely oppressive, and then they changed how the whole game worked to support them, and then they just don't really get used too much anymore. They're like, what if we came up with a more fucked up idea? What if we put arrows on the cards and we turned it into what was the card game from Final Fantasy IX? Tetramaster? Yeah, Tetramaster. It's kind of what they did. I want to play standalone Tetramaster. That's like a thing that got brought up in like the grinding thing. They're talking about how hard it was to get cards in Final Fantasy IX, and it's like, you don't need to play the fucking card game. It's entirely optional. It's just a little thing you play on the side. Tetramaster is better than Triple Triad. But that might just be because it's easier to play Final Fantasy IX than it is to play Final Fantasy VIII. In the sense that, like, one is a good game. One is Final Fantasy VIII. Okay, I'm updating some scores here. Piss Baby and Clank Norris. You really don't need to play the games except for story progression, Disc 3, and Trino during the card tournament? Yeah, that's true. And then, like, nothing happens if you lose. You like Final Fantasy VIII? We're all entitled to our opinions. I have tried... I'm gonna be real. I cannot remember how old I was the last time I got past Disc 1 in Final Fantasy VIII. It is such just an agonizing intro. Okay, prediction is live. Who do you guys like? You just miss out on the Rebirth Ring, yeah. And see, that's the thing, is like all of these games, and like Final Fantasy was really good for this. They had tons of side content. Completely missable, completely unnecessary. But if you wanted to put in the time and the effort, you could get something cool for it. I say it was the best. Final Fantasy VIII is odd. Like, you need to know so much about it that is never explained. 8 is Squall, yeah. Like Odin. To this day, you know what? I think in my last playthrough of Final Fantasy IX, I got Odin for the first time. And I've played it like a ton of times. It was never like interesting to me. So like, I think the one time I had beaten Ozma previously, I didn't have the other pumice piece. So... It's a mess. It's not that complicated. Like, I mean, it's complicated, but Clank Norris. In a game like that, the reward is not so much the summon you get at the end. The reward is being able to fight the ultimate super boss. Like, that's why you do it. You do it to get to fight Ozma. The reward is just like, they needed to give you something. But like, that's not... Like, who cares? It's cool to see an animation, like a... What do you call it? A summon animation that takes like 3.5 minutes. Like, that's funny as hell. That they're just like, fuck it. But it's definitely not like the go-to for it. Another spin kick. Clank Norris gonna take that. Alright, that was just game 1, right? Oops. That might have been game 2. I'm going to start typing in the names again just in case. Doom Train and Diablo, since so many GFs are easy to miss. Someone needed to actually make it easier. Yeah. Rubit won both? Okay. Thank you. What? Oh my god, we got arguments. Alright, someone go back, please, and check. We're gonna go to the next match. Next up, we got Fushiki and Good Luck, Have Fun. Thank you, Zephyr. Clank won both? Okay, that's what I thought. Anyway, while that's happening. Yeah, 2-0 Clank. Okay. So. Prediction is live. Who do you like out of these two fellas? Two little fellas. When I argue for Final Fantasy 8 so bad, just realize it's my nostalgia goggles. So, I'm not to be a guy who like just gets his opinions from other people, right? I know the story is like a huge mess. Also, yeah, good luck anybody hitting anything. 76% on Good Luck, Have Fun. All right, good start. I know the story is a huge mess, and it's like time travel, and also he can't fucking miss. That's crazy. Power rapid flick. He's swinging. Oh my god, dude. All right, whatever. Game number 2. Here we go. Holy moly. But I can't get the gameplay. It's just like not interesting to me. I think it might just be because I don't care about the story. You know, that it was hard for me to get through the first disc. I think Vincent's a cool character. I really like Vincent's design. Rest of the cast, I think I could take or leave. What the fuck is a Quistis? What kind of name is that? I just... Dude, every attack's hitting. I also distinctly remember being in gym class when my friend got Final Fantasy 8 and telling me about like the spider chase at the beginning and how it like goes in and out of the cutscenes, and I was just like, that sounds so cool. And then I played it and I was like, this shit is so cool. And then it peaks too early, man. It never hits that point again. Holy moly, he's got power again. Power flick, 9%. He's trying. Foolery for 1 frame. It do happen. Alright, the bunny's gonna win it. A lot of hits there. (2-1). Good Luck, Have Fun had a really sick win, though. Okay, Weenie and WrackieChun up next. (47% straight). It was also like Gus correction and like Gus advantage, but I was not really paying attention, so it's possible he did foolery. Don't want to use the same move 10,000 times in a row, or that's like 100 million. I don't know. Off the top of my head, I can't parse that many zeros. 10 is your all-time favorite. So I really liked the idea of 10 when it first came out. Prediction is live. And then I played through it for the first time when I was like 21. And I kind of didn't like the battle system. I think I got used to like the active time battles, and it felt weird to me. I don't know. I couldn't really get into it, but that's more of a personal issue than it is with the game being bad or anything. I think I might have just been at a point in my life where I was not like interested in playing a new RPG. Because I had just played through 9 again, and I was like, that game was perfect. And then I went to go play 10, and I was like, I don't know. I'm not really into it. As I've gotten older, I've realized that I really am not, like, super stoked on turn-based RPGs. I like them enough, but I'm not, like... I don't know. I don't know. How come 9, they're shaped funny? They're little chibi boys. FF9 is the perfect FF end game. We had that was another thing I saw on Blue Sky a couple of this was months ago. There's someone talking about turn-based RPGs, and they're like, I love turn-based RPGs. They're my favorite genre in the world, and I can't understand why anybody likes Chrono Trigger. And it's like, that's very different phrasing than I don't like Chrono Trigger. I played Chrono Trigger and I don't like it. Not understanding why anybody likes it is like baffling. And they're like, old Final Fantasy VII was like kind of whatever, but like I get it. Chrono Trigger, I don't get it. Final Fantasy IX, I don't get it. And they're like 6 out of 10s at best. I'm just like, all right, man. Like, it's you don't get to romance Quina, but like I don't know if not having a dating sim element in an RPG is like a necessary thing. Holy shit, Rackie. And again, like, you know, you're entitled to your opinion, but I think not knowing why other people like it and being like, this is like indecipherable to me is telling, right? It's not the most important thing in the world. Like, at the end of the day, it doesn't matter if you like the game or you think everyone who likes it is stupid or whatever, right? But the thing is that this person was like, I'm a game dev, or like, I'm studying game dev, i.e. they're 19 years old and they're in a comp sci class. And I can't understand why anybody likes this stuff. And it's like, you know, you're young, you'll figure it out. It's not the end of the world. But like, if that doesn't change, if you're like 27, 28 in your career and you're like, I don't get why people like these games that are extremely popular and beloved, prediction is live, then that's kind of just like a failing of your own curiosity, I think. I played Chrono Trigger for the first time in like the year 2000. I had a friend who was like obsessed with it, and they had it wasn't a remake, but they released a collection on PlayStation 1 that was like a bunch of old Final Fantasy games and Chrono Trigger. And I was like, this shit is sick. This is great. Everybody liking Alice on this one. The anthology, yeah. Companies have merged at that point. I think that's around the time it happened, yeah. It was like 99, right? Because I know I have a copy of Final Fantasy IX that says Squaresoft. And there is... Oh, no, sorry. I have a copy of Final Fantasy IX that says Square Enix. And then in the first page of the manual, it says, like, all mentions to Squaresoft are for, you know, whatever. Like, archival purposes only. The company name is now Square Enix or whatever, something like that. You got some Patton? Some Patton Oswalt? The slab does not. Alice kind of going to town here. But she should try dodging. Oh, she did and it worked. Look at that. Final Fantasy Chronicles. It came with Final Fantasy 4 and Chrono Trigger. Yes, that's correct. Yeah, there was one that had 1 to 3 and then one that had 4 and Chrono Trigger on it. And they came out at like the same time. All right, Alice is gonna win that one. She tried dodging. Recoil Rex and Jacobert. Okay, predictions live. Who do you guys like? We're almost done round 2. So we got one more to go, and then... Well, 3 more matches after this, and then we're on to round 3. It's kind of funny how little we talk about Monster Rancher on the Monster Rancher stream. This is more of just like a chance to chill and talk about. All right, you know what? I don't think we're gonna do betting for the rest. We had a couple of like just 0 bets, and like that's fine. Like I said, it doesn't matter to me, but it takes a lot of time. So we'll just fly through it for the rest of this. Also, holy moly, 2 life and a prayer. Jacobert wins game 1. Okay, game 3. Here we go. He's landed 2. Ah, what the fuck? Yeah, that's Wild Saurian. As much as you love 7, 6 might be the GOAT. I think 6 is obviously very strong. But having not played it when it was like more culturally relevant, I have trouble getting into it, I think. I think if I had played it when I was younger, I would love it. It's not even like, I don't think it's as good as everyone says it is or anything like that. It's just simply like, I don't feel like I have a frame of reference to talk about how good or bad it is at all. Holy fuck, okay. This set, man. If I was talking about 6 being good, I would only be talking about it from like the perspective of everyone else saying it's good and the reasons that they've said. I feel like the greatest SNES could ever be at the time, and you'd whip it out to impress friends. I see what you're saying, but I do believe that goes to Yoshi's Island. Yoshi's Island is like actually the perfect game. It might be like the most flawless game in its execution that's ever existed. I feel like you're the only person who picks 10 over any of the others. There's other people in here talking about how 10's their favorite. Yoshi's Island, Donkey Kong Country are both fantastic visually. Brother, you have not been seeing the discourse on Blue Sky. We're talking about how Donkey Kong Country is actually a secret 3 out of 10 game because it has terrible level design and it's antagonistic to the player and this and that, and a bunch of other codes for I'm mad that I missed a platform and had to redo the beginning of the world, which is like surprisingly not a thing I cared about when I was 10 years old, so it's really embarrassing hearing like a 35-year-old complain about it. Okay, that's a 2-0, right? That was fast as hell. What the hell? Played every Final Fantasy 7 to 10. Soundtrack slaps too, yeah. I think Donkey Kong Country is an incredibly well-made game. I just simply do not respect the opinion that it's bad because there's a couple of platforms that are like difficult to hit late game. Like what a stupid thing to like stress about. Yoshi's Island has an all-timer soundtrack? Yeah. I brought that up too about how Yoshi's Island is like perfect, and they're like, "Oh no, there's that one maze level that's really obnoxious," and it's like, okay, you're not a serious person. There's a level you don't like, and therefore the game is bad. Like, you sound like a stupid person. Alright, here we go. Donkey Kong Country has awesome music and level design to sync up with the level pacing. It's a really awesome experience. It's very well done. It was like, there's a reason it's like a flagship game. Oh my god. The angry roll assault? One minecart level will do that to you? Yeah, I know. I don't know, man. It elevated like what was possible in games, and that's not like any sort of overstatement, I don't think. I think it's very obvious that it was like, hey, you can like do a lot with the atmosphere in a video game, even if it's not like a story-driven game. Which was like not super like well explored at the time. Ain't no Bubsy. Is there a doctor in the house? That's all I remember from playing the first Bubsy game, is him saying, "Is there a doctor in the house?" over and over again. Which he said over and over again because I was like constantly dying in the first level. Nero and Hairball up next. What could possibly go wrong? Okay, I forget. Oh, this is Tenta's. I had so many manholes in that game. Also getting hit by the car. Yeah, that's funny. And like that's the thing, right? Is that we were talking earlier about friction in video games and how it's like it's okay for things to not be handed to you, and like that often makes the experience better. But it doesn't mean that like friction is inherently good, right? It's just a tool the dev can use to like make the experience better. You can easily like make something have too much friction and then it sucks ass. And in Bubsy's case, the game's got friction in the sense that it has no friction. And then also there's like a car that can like kidnap you and you just have to like watch it slowly drive off screen. It was gotta go fast if everything kills you in one hit, yeah. Dwabigob. Thanks for the follow. Remember when I was like 7, I watched a lot of Unsolved Mysteries and I felt it was inevitably going to spontaneously combust? Dude, that was such a fucking thing in the 90s. Everyone was afraid to spontaneously combust. The kids arguing about Legend Dragoon not being culturally relevant know nothing about spontaneous combustion and how fucking afraid we all were for no reason. I remember having to, like, being, I don't know, 9 years old, maybe younger. And every year we would do, speeches in front of the class, and you'd pick a topic and you'd do a speech about it. And I remember one year, one of the girls in my class did it about spontaneous combustion, and I remember, like, laughing, and she started crying, and it wasn't because I was making fun of her, but it's because she was so afraid of spontaneous combustion, and she was, like, upset that I wasn't taking it seriously. I felt so bad. Yeah, I think we all saw the same Unsolved Mysteries episode. Wouldn't eat cinnamon for like a year because of that shit. They just like a cultural like psychosis. I don't know. No traumatize her in the ignorance of catching flames for no reason at all. She was a really nice girl. I haven't spoken to her in a couple years, but like I remember exactly who it was, and like I have spoken to her as an adult. She turned out okay. Oh, the 81 stab throw miss is really bad. Oh no, the double thrust, Nero could have had it, but he got hit in the front of the horse, which, as we all know, is the weakest part of the horse. Hairball gonna take that one. 2-1. All right. Last round. Here we go. Thumb and Fushigi up first. The thing that's like really funny to me is there would always be stories about spontaneous combustion where it's like ashes were found of the man, but the chair he was sitting in completely unburned. His clothes completely unburned. And it's like, okay, no. Not only is it like spontaneous combustion, it's also fucking magic fire that doesn't set wood ablaze. Like, yeah, okay, the ghosts did it, I guess. It was like killer bees. Yeah, killer bees was a thing. I remember acid rain being a thing we were all afraid of, even though acid rain hadn't been a thing since like the 80s. Combustion. Oh, that shouldn't have made me laugh. But yeah, that's crazy. That was just the thing we had to be worried about. We were on the lookout. Alright, straight big damage. 5 seconds left. Fushigi does take the lead. Headbutt. Oh, would have taken it. 31% though. Unsolved Mysteries was a weird combination. This guy killed his family and this guy's maybe kidnapped by Bigfoot. And maybe both. Unsolved Mysteries was like actually like a cultural phenomenon though. Like, I remember being excited to go on vacation because it meant you got to stay in a hotel, and staying in a hotel meant we got to watch cable TV, and watching cable TV meant that we could see Unsolved Mysteries. So, like, I've talked about this before. There's, like, something so pure about going to a hotel and, like, turning on the local news or whatever local Fox affiliate. Because, like, not Fox News, but, like, you know, the channel that's playing The Simpsons or whatever. Or King of the Hill and all that shit. The local Rochester channel, right? Or whatever that's playing, I don't know. Reruns of Boy Meets World and, like, Chip and Dale's Rescue Rangers or whatever. No, that was a 2-0. There's, like, something pure about that. And when I was at Combo Breaker, the first night, I jumped in bed, I had a bath, and then I was like, oh, I'm going to relax in bed, turn on the TV. And it's funny that I mentioned Boy Meets World because I had been thinking about it. Because I hadn't seen it since I was a kid. And Boy Meets World was on. It was the very first episode, which I had never seen. The show, I'm surprised that shit got more than one season. I know most pilots are, like, really awful, but this was especially not good. Watched on Tubi the other day, and it segued from a man kills his ex-girlfriend's boyfriend to a woman sees Nessie in Michigan. And they treat them with, like, the same amount of, like, respect, right? That's the thing that's crazy. It's not like, listen to this freak. It's like, this is just as likely to have happened as the murder we just talked about. Alright, here we go. I can still hear the Unsolved Mysteries theme song jingle in my head. I can't hear it like note for note, but like I have like a vague memory of it, of like the high pitched chimes and the doo doo doo. Like I don't remember exactly. Like I couldn't play it for you on my guitar, but it's in there. So Giant Blow is a pretty good round closer. Tail attack, big damage. Flutters would probably finish it here. Tail Whip not going to do enough. Misses at 75. Talk with Beyond Belief. I don't know. It doesn't ring any bells. A single flutter. Big smash swag. He still has the anger though, so he has the guts lead. Wing combo. A little bit of damage, dragging it out, chilling. Doing some damage. Roll in at 28, hopping out of the way, another wing combo. It's going to be exact damage on the crit. Holy moly. Oh, it's the Riker show. Okay. Okay, so I've never actually seen the show, but I know the memes and stuff. Yeah. Conchita and Fulgur. So Dragging It Out is 6-0 now. I remember Macho telling me about the build, and I'm like, this shit is gonna rip. This is gonna be a good-ass dragon. Have you ever seen the Riker memes? The memes got you to do it? That's cool. I've been, like, trying to find stuff to rewatch, or, like, you know, old TV shows or whatever, because I'm getting kind of, like... Tilted is the wrong word, but I feel like I'm wasting a lot of time watching just, like, YouTube shit in the background. And as much as I love Northern Lion, and I think he's a very funny guy, I don't need to spend more than, like, you know, maybe 2 hours a week watching his content. I'd rather watch something that's, like, you know, produced. It's fun to throw on, like, if I'm driving, to like hear him bantering or whatever, but if I'm gonna sit down and watch something, it's not gonna be a stream. But, like, I watched, like, Good Will Hunting again for, like, the millionth time, because I was trying to go to sleep the other night, and I ended up staying up to watch the whole thing, because it's a good-ass movie. And then I watched, this documentary called Counterpunch, which, like, follows 3 boxers at, like, different points in their careers. And, like, I don't know, it was fine. It was okay. It's, like, pretty narratively unsatisfying because all 3 kind of end up in, like, there's no conclusion to any of their stories. It's kind of like, I don't know. But I was like, why am I watching new stuff? Why don't I just watch old stuff that I know is good? Alright. I've lost track of who's fighting in this one. I gotta, like, actually start watching these matches. Or, like, mentally say X1 or Y1. Doing old movies that won Academy Awards? That's cool. Time during hurricane season in Puerto Rico, we lost cable access for, like, 5 months and just watched VHS tapes of Ripley's Believe It or Not on repeat. At work, when I used to work in... I worked in a grocery store when I was, like... 19, and 2-0 Fulgur. I thought it was 2-0 Fulgur. And the only 2 movies that were upstairs in the break room, on this old TV that had like the built-in VCR player on it, were Biker Boys and the Adam Sandler The Longest Yard. So I've seen both of those movies so many times that I literally... start to finish. Hold on, what monster did I enter first? I don't remember what I entered first. Summerlashes. I can quote both movies start to finish. Longest Yard was like, you know, it's not a great movie, but it's certainly better than a lot of the newer Adam Sandler movies. The funniest line in the whole movie is, like, not intentional, but it's just somebody says Adam Sandler is a natural athlete, and they say it, like, as a plot point. Like, he's so good at sports, and, like, that shit's so funny to me, because, like, I know he's good at basketball, but I wouldn't call Adam Sandler a natural athlete. That was the prison football one, yeah. Clank Norris. Clank Norris doing Clank Norris things. Ooh, Clank Norris gonna take it. I like how The Longest Yard is, like, the second best football Adam Sandler movie. That was a very quick set. Bold Blizz and You're a Towel, they both got a fight. Both of these get -1. Uni and Nero up next. Okay, so that's funny. They don't give two other monsters a buy. Because they just, like, delete each other. Oh yeah, Twitch introduced this thing where you can choose a time period where gift subs are, like, discounted. And I think we're gonna do it during the end of October for the marathon we always do. I don't know how much it matters, but we do a stream starting last year. I used to do a birthday stream that was like I would play Monster Hunter blindfolded, or I would do whatever. And then last year we did it in support of the MS Foundation. We raised $2,000 for multiple sclerosis research, and I think we're just gonna keep doing that every year on my birthday weekend from this point on, because it's pretty successful. It was a lot of money. Also, did Nero win game 1? I gotta start paying attention. I don't know what's going on anymore. Nero won game 1, okay. And he won game 2 on the buzzer beater. Look at that. Grit. Found a place of all 107 episodes of Corner Gas on YouTube. It's a very Canadian show for sure. It's kind of funny, but like it's definitely a show where there are occasional good jokes and otherwise just kind of like a goofy, like almost not a 2000 sitcom. Like it feels like very dated, and not like on purpose, or like, you know, things are slower because it's a small town or anything like that, but dated in like how campy it is. I know you've played other games on here in the past. Interested in streaming anything different from pre-2009ish again? I mean, yeah. I'm not opposed to anything in particular. I just don't know what to play. This isn't like a job for me, right? So I don't like sit down and like plan everything out. The only anytime I do any planning is basically just with like the video stuff. With games, it's pretty fly by the seat of my pants. Found out about Tiger Tail ice cream. Oh, dude, why? Hold on. Why did you need to tell me about it? Because I'm pretty sure I've been on stream talking about how much that shit sucks. That's my only, like, the only time I've ever talked about it is about how bad it is. So if you found out about it, then that means you didn't hear about it from me. Yeah. It's just really funny that it's like I am interested to know what you think about it when you taste it. But it's such like a wild shot in the dark that that it happens to be something that like I have a strong opinion on, I think is funny. I just really don't like licorice is all it is. I love orange flavored everything, but I do not like licorice. It seems ass, but I love weird food combos. I mean, salty and sweet is like pretty standard at this point, right? People have come around to understanding that that's a combo that works. Okay, Recoil Rex in a little bit of trouble here if Farts gets the stinking gas off. Misses at 92. He's still in it, baby. Into the fireball. Big miss there. I don't think Dr. Farts can do enough. I think Recoil Rex is going to take this one. Needs to hit. No, he doesn't have enough time. Crit 1-2 punches, not going to do enough. The 99, 92 miss. He's going to take it. The thing about Hair is that Hair's withering techs are extremely powerful. The problem is that Hair does not have the guts rate to like make them like function. Like, this is not a bad build, obviously. The problem is if you get hit, it's really hard to come back. But if you can build an advantage, it's really, really hard for your opponent to do anything. So in a format like this, I think it's pretty sick. You can throw some points into... Well, I mean, regardless, you can put points into power because the withering techs do so little damage that you're not too worried about if they hit or not. Or like how much damage they do, rather. So you don't really need to invest into intelligence. But Hair doesn't really have a fast enough guts rate to like really, really reliably use the techs. And realistically, if it had a faster guts rate, it probably wouldn't have techs that were that strong in the first place. The fact he's a dentist is still like... The man's farting in your mouth. That's gross. Game number 2. Here we go. Giant wheel, big damage. He's angry. Angry blast shot. Misses the second one. That tail swing. Trolley Ollie gonna take game number 2. We're going to game 3. Here we go. WrackieChun is not lost yet. This might be the first set he loses. Spin kick miss at 71. Kamikaze. Chance to do big damage. Nothing though. Base attack gonna miss at 44. Weapon throw. Pretty big crit there. He's building up a lot of guts with the anger. The kick lands. He's still chilling. Face attack. Do we see many face attacks? Kamikaze. The follow-up. It's not enough. He's still in it. What do we see? Weapon throw miss at 61. Kick miss at 70. Oh my god. Trolley Ollie can do it. He can do it. He hits that giant whip at 0. Hit or miss. He timed him out. Trolley Ollie. Gonna be the first monster to beat WrackieChun. Trolley Ollie with a big win there. Thanks, Macombo, and Chill Jill up next. That was a big one. I was like, I think the first time I've been hyped about a fight in a while. I think Jill's pretty good. Yeah, you do. The snowstorm, good damage, good withering, but GG's. My withering is better. My guts are crazy. The 90 miss on Bolt. Down a little bit of life, but has a big guts lead. 1-2 at 80%. Pretty spooky into the blizzard. What a combo. Holy moly. 1-2 into blizzard is wild, man. That's my snowstorm. Double slap's not really what he wants. Withering, but no anger proc. Okay, there's the anger proc. GG's. When Kamui gets going, he's spooky, man. Couple of frosty boys. Couple of frosty cold ones. Thanks, Macombo. Gonna win that one 2-0. James Pond and NotAtomo up next. I talked about it on stream a couple of weeks ago, but I would be interested in learning the speedrun, or maybe if nobody has ever done it, doing the speedrun for Bugs Bunny Lost in Time, which is a 3D platformer for the PS1 that's like very, very Super Mario 64 coded with like the hub world and all that. It's pretty cool. So maybe that's something I can try on stream. Stream that to like 6 people. The double belly attack? Oh, James Pond doing it. Crack open a few cold ones. I have. I like never drink, like ever. So it's a couple of little beersies in me is I don't feel it because these are only 2.5% because they're half juice, but it's nice anyway. Halfway through your Manhunt 2 speedrun routing, did the first half of the game in 40 minutes for 2 people. That's cool. Like, I didn't know you were actually, like, speedrunning it. Because I know you were talking about, like, making a video about it, and you got the blood sensor and stuff taken off on the Wii version. I saw all that. That's pretty hype. NotAtomo gonna charge his way into a victory there. Siren and good luck, have fun. Baited and outsmarted. You guys remember that? That's old. Okay, he's not showing up. Just picked up this game and my monster just died from overtraining, I guess maybe, or lifespan is low. It's complicated. Welcome. Yes, the game is pretty difficult. It's not very forgiving if you don't know what you're doing. And that's, I think, part of the charm of it. When you're not, you know, good at raising your monster, you're not good at keeping its fatigue and its stress in check, they get overexerted and they die. Any tips on training? Yeah, I got a few. But that is a very broad question. Give me 1 sec. Here. I think you'll see in a second why I laughed at that. Hit him with the cliff notes? I don't even know how, man. Here. And I guess anyone else who's watching. Reconnecting my channels. Fuck you. I got 0 drop frames. Dude, I don't like Restream. I'm so excited to like start using something new. I finally have some time to do it. There you go. Connection not established on Twitch? Dude, what is wrong with this shit? Oh my god. It's fine. The Cliff Notes is 45 minutes long. Yeah, at least I have something else to look at Twitch chat through. That's a great question. Okay, no, it's connected. What are you talking about? Anyway. Played through Glover 64 last month with the boys. We called ourselves the Glove Buddies. Drank gin. And then one of the Glove Buddies got caught with coke while being a DEA agent. The Glove Buddies never were the same. We did beat it, though. I'm happy for you. I completely believe that. But yeah, I have an entire channel dedicated to helping people learn how to play this game. So, obviously, there's a lot, but there's a playlist there. The first 2 videos are basically the same. One is an updated version of the second one, so you should just watch the first one and not the second one. And then I go over more complicated stuff like competitive play and like different monsters in particular. But the first video, and then there's one about absolute beginner like raising methods. Good luck, have fun wins game number 1. The Power World vid I think is really good. I think it's my best non-Monster Rancher video that was just like taken from stream. It just, you know, didn't get any viewership. It's fine. So thank you for bringing back so many of my childhood memories. Love the videos. Thank you. Appreciate you checking them out. The world isn't fair. Things that are good are not popular. Here I am complaining. We got Bonus High Tops in chat who is just like fucking murks my videos with his production quality and his script writing. And I'm like, oh no, nobody watched my stupid Power World video that's just compiled from my stream. The Power World vid is, it's just a stream VOD. It's like 8 hours of footage cut down to like 30 minutes of like the most interesting stuff. But it has a very funny ending. The ending is kind of insane. Like, I couldn't have scripted it better. Good luck, have fun, gonna win that one. Check out the video, no problem. But yeah, we'll be here if you got questions. There's links to the Discord in all of the videos as well if you ever want to hop in and ask questions there, because people are more than happy. Almost in an overbearing sense to like give you advice if you're looking for it. Yeah, I can post that there too. And I'm hoping by the end of July I'll have it set up so, you know, YouTube chat is showing up properly on stream as well. I'm gonna migrate away from Restream, start using the new plugins I saw that allow me to multi-stream without any real issues. We figured out the latency issue, which is an issue on Restream where the default has like 30 seconds of latency, and you have to like actually go and turn that off. Dan? Have hundreds of hours in the game? Hell yeah. Okay. While this is starting, I'm gonna find Power World. Okay. Not overbearing type. Hope you have fun knowing what is going on. It was a treat for stupid 9-year-old self. Yeah, I'm a big believer that playing the game blind is like a good way to experience it for sure. Power World? I forgot I called it Power World in the quest to build the worst house. This is the worst house in the whole Power World. And it's true, it was. Alright, Alex gonna take game number 1. Game 2, here we go. Bop, 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 bop. Big damage. You got him. Ooh, dash slash. Try an Elden Ring Night Ring later. I think I would be interested in playing it. It seems fun. I don't know how it would run on my PC though. Or is it PS5 only? Or is it PC and PS5 but there's no crossplay? It's one of those two, right? Another slash combo? Holy shit. You won't die. Holy moly. It's almost like a Night Rain boss. No skip leg day and Jacobert up next. Couple of matches left. PS4 and PS5? I do have a PS4, but I don't pay for PlayStation Online. Is it worth the game? And then $70 for the year to play for a couple of weeks. I'm gonna say probably no. PC it is, yeah. I think I'm probably done with buying consoles. I'll probably buy the Switch too, but I can't imagine I'll buy the PS6. I'm definitely not going to buy the PS5. I have no reason to. There's nothing on it I'm interested in. What are they gonna do? Like release a new God of War? Like I don't give a shit. A new Assassin's Creed? I don't know. A friend of mine sent me, or it was my wife's cousin, sent me a link to the PlayStation Live concert thing. And on the banner, it had like Kratos and Eloy from Horizon and Ellie from The Last of Us. And I realized I haven't played any of these games. Like, these are all like, what do you call it? Like generation-defining games. And I have like no frame of reference of what the music sounds like in any of these games. I've never played them. Just play the music to Final Fantasy IX. You fucks. Elden Ring would be cool to see you play. I haven't beaten it, but I played that a bunch. Alright, that was just game 1, I believe, right? Yes. Deliver pizzas as Norman Reedus? People are really liking the second one, eh? I hear it's like dumbed down a lot from the first one. Or it's not like as obnoxious in like the how difficult it is to exist in the world and like walk around as it was in the first game for the first little bit. Damn, no skip leg day going ham. Monster Hunter 6 is PSX exclusive or PS6 exclusive. All right. Never say never, I suppose. Piss Baby and Weenie. You watch the recap for the first. I'm on the fence, but sounds like it's a banger. I probably will never play it, but I'm a big fan of people doing fucked up stuff in video games. And just being like openly antagonistic to the player in like a funny way. Any good games on Switch 2 beside Mario Kart and Cyberpunk? Right now, right now, Soul Calibur 2 is the reason to get a Switch 2. Play Soul Calibur 2 online. You want to play the best fighting game of all time? Never be a PlayStation exclusive anymore? No, probably not. Headbutt. Leaf Cutter, it's good damage. They're good dogs, Brett. Another headbutt. Oh, thwack. I think the funniest thing about that whole like We Rate Dogs Twitter account from like years ago, I think it still exists, is that they used to like change the names of the dogs if the name sounded too foreign because they knew it wouldn't do as well in the algorithm, and so they would change the name of the dog from like Tandoori to like George. Which is like not a thing I can imagine spending any energy being mad about. But it's funny it happened. Weenie gonna take it 2-0. Cynical Optics and Hairball. We're getting close to the end here. Mario Party for Switch 2 looks like it'd be a lot of fun with 4 people. And that was for Switch 1 too, right? But it's just like updated. Is it like more games are available, or is it like what did they change about it? Was it like only certain mini games could be played 4-player or whatever? Or was that, I'm just thinking of Super Mario Party, which was fucking ass for that. Adding new levels? Oh, okay. Includes camera support? Oh, that's how you know it's good. You can put your face in the game. Monster Hunter 3 did that shit first, loser. Always aping my franchise. Alright, game 1 goes to Cynical Optics. The iToy. No, man, that's the crazy part. You couldn't use the iToy for it. You could only use specific Sony digital cameras. There was like a small selection of them that would allow you to connect to it. You couldn't use the iToy. Which is like insane. Because that was like a first party thing. Yeah. No, you needed specific digital cameras that Sony made that would like connect to it. Game 3. As many games use the camera sounds like Kinect? Yeah. They just want to see my ding dong. You guys remember when that was like a big scandal? When there was like the like X-ray vision on the Kinect and they could see like the shape of your dick. Yeah, the Picture Paradise camera support, yeah. Any good Monster Rancher adjacent games I played lately? Yeah, I've been playing the demo for Astra Bestiary, which is a game that's not out yet. It was recommended to me by the dev. They're like, hey, I know you like Monster Rancher, check out my game, it's Monster Rancher inspired. And I'm like, alright, cool. There's a million of those, buddy. It seems really polished for a demo. And then I was like, okay, maybe this is like a bigger dev, or this game has like a lot more like backing behind it than I was expecting from a game I'd never heard of, and a guy who just sent me an email that like didn't even have any. It didn't have like a promo pack or anything, or an APK. It was just like, you know, like play my game, please. And I was like, all right, whatever, I'll check it out. It seems really good. It seems really, really cool. It's kind of got like a Cassette Beast type of like mix and match, team-based, turn-based RPG element to it. But then it also has the ranch where like you play with your monster and you like raise its stats. You choose which stats to focus on and you rest and you keep all that shit in check. iToy was a Sony camera? No, it was. It was first party, but... Lightning, big damage. So I think tomorrow we're probably playing Astra Bestiary again. Or we can do some more tournaments. Get some more out of the way. But, you know, I don't think it's fair. I think we'll do more on Thursday. I need to give people time to, like, upload their monsters. So tomorrow we'll play some Astra Bestiary. Thursday we'll do another DXBL night. Sounds good to me. And that was the last set. He just beat his ass. He's like, I want to go home. 10:40, eh? Maybe we'll play some Astra Bestiary now. I can play for like another hour and a half or so. And the tournament. That's it. Yep, that's it. Urital and Bold Blizz both went 0-3. There's no way for me to write that in the score, but here, let's take a sec. And look at this. Okay, so our 3-0 monsters, we got Clank, Norris, Fushiki, Fulgur, and Dragging It Out. Dragging It Out has not lost yet. Fulgur, I think, went 3-0 last time. Or no, something in the middle. But yeah, that's a big win for him. Dragging It Out, gonna move up. Clank Norris, I think, was 3-0 as well. Fushiki, I don't think did this well last time, so good for him. Where's Fushiki? 11th? Yeah, no, he didn't do that well. So he moves up. A bunch of 2-1s. I'll have to check to see who advances and who doesn't. Let's take a look real quick here. Summerlashes was on a promo chance, so Summerlashes advances. Basically, Conchita. Yeah, okay. So there's quite a few monsters here. 1000 Sunny, I think, advances. Conchita advances. NotAtomo advances, I believe. So a lot of monsters advanced. A lot of monsters kind of stuck. Jacobert or WrackieChun on the bubble to get demoted if it happens again. Kind of crazy. 1 and 2 after being extremely, extremely dominant. Lost the first set in a funny way to Fulgur. And then lost the last set in a very even fight. Okay, give me a quick set. Or a quick sec, I should say. And I'll BRB, and I'll be back, and we'll play a little bit of Astro Bestiary. Uno momento. And you know what? I lied. It's 11 o'clock, so I'm not going to play for like an hour. And I've had a pretty bad headache this whole time, and I completely forgot about it until I stood up and to go get some water, and I was like, oh yeah, my head has been fucking killing me for 3 hours. We're just gonna call it tonight. Early night, we got it done. Everything's out of the way that we needed to do. Tomorrow we'll be back. We'll be playing some more video games, and I will have hopefully shaved by then. All right, let's see who we can raid, and then we'll call it. Everyone I'm following. I got a couple of the buddies playing games. Is anyone playing Monster Rancher, though? Monster Rancher 2DX? Anyone playing? Someone's playing, but it's not in English, so... Ah, well. We'll just raid a friend, and we'll call it. Yeah. Okay, we're gonna go raid my boy, Mar. He's drawing something. We're gonna chill, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. We'll do some more Monster Rancher, maybe. Maybe I'll do some challenge stuff. I'll figure out what I want to do. I got time. I got time to figure it out. And oh man, it's good to be back. I'm enjoying it. See you guys. Thanks for tuning into my first stream in quite a while. I do appreciate it.